Hello, I'm Darryl Alexander, and the new album is called Morning Call, and it features the two hit singles, Rise Up and Seen It Before. The meaning of the title is meant to convey hope that each of us, at the start of every new day, has the opportunity to make some amazing contributions to our families and our communities. And it's also a reminder that each of us has the strength and the wisdom and the ability to handle the challenges that we all face on a day-to-day basis. With every new record, there is a range of emotions. There's that initial excitement, that exuberance that comes because you want to create something that resonates with your fans and with your listeners. There's also a lot of moving parts, and so for me, everything starts with composition, arranging, songwriting, the creation of lead sheets and chord charts. And then what typically happens is that as I get further into the process, creating new arrangements, new lead sheets and chord charts. There's the contacting of individuals that you desire to be featured performers on the record. And so there's a lot of texting, a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls as you're trying to solidify schedules. Occasionally you'll get the call that says, "Hey brother, I'm sorry, I fully committed to doing the project, but I have to go on tour with so-and-so, and so charge it not to the heart, and I'll hit you up the next time." And that happens, and it's all right, and so you simply move on. As you get further into the recording process and you begin to mix, there's a lot of file swapping, a lot of intense listening as you're at the point where you're beginning to make decisions to determine which songs are going to make the final record. And so it's a very tedious process, an enjoyable process, a fatiguing process, but one, when it's all done, one of the more enjoyable things to experience. One of the more wonderful things to experience is to hear how great musicians will interpret your compositions, because so often they will hear things in such a unique manner, whether rhythmically, whether melodically, whether harmonically, that when they do what they do, they actually change the nature of the song. They elevate the song, and so what you initially wrote is different from the final performance, but in a much, much better way. I had the opportunity to work with some amazing musicians on Morning Call. Jackiem Joyner on soprano sax, a former Billboard #1 charting artist. Jeff Kashiwa solo artist and member of the Rivingtons on sax as well. 4 incredible musicians from the Pittsburgh area: Alton Merrell and Antonio Croes on keyboards, Kenny Blake on sax, and Ken Karsh on guitar. They definitely, with their performances, honor the legacy of the great musicians from Pittsburgh's past: George Benson, Billy Strayhorn, Paul Chambers, and Ahmad Jamal, who's one of my favorite all-time keyboardists. From the group Word, Blood, and Power, of which I'm also a member, Herb McMullen on keys, Jeffrey Green on sax, and the late Fred Ervin on bass. An incredible bassist from the Kent, Ohio area, Wilbur Krebs, who's done a lot of work with the legendary Bob James. And on keyboards and also engineering, Pete Tokar, who has a number of gold and platinum engineering credits. So I was blessed to have this wonderful opportunity to work with these incredible musicians. Morning Calls. Give it a listen. I think you'll enjoy.